Election Day is just weeks away, but when it comes to the stock market, the focus is already on the 2016 presidential race. In this morning's U.S. Bank Economic 360, U.S. Bank Vice President and Senior Portfolio Manager Mike Denneman joins us with a look at what the market does during the presidential election cycle. Mike is with Business Courier publisher Jamie Smith in the studio. Gentlemen.
Thanks, Allie. Mike, thanks for being here again today.
Good morning.
All right, so we're talking about elections.
Right.
Can they really influence?
Well, sure. You know, we talk a lot on the program about seasonality in the market, the different cycles and influences that we see, and naturally, presidential elections are a big event, so that's going to have an impact. So as Ali said, we're just a couple weeks away from an election. Important politically, but not so much for the market. The market's going to be mainly focused on next year. We find ourselves, 16 is just around the corner, so probably not a bad idea to start thinking about what that's going to mean for the market.
Yeah, we're heading into 16, as you said, we're almost there. What should we be looking for?
Sure. So, analysts like to try and identify patterns, and one they've identified is that as you look at a presidential term, the fourth year, the election year, tends to be a stronger than average year. The market historically has performed about 8%, which is a little bit above average, and even they find a pattern within the election year itself. A strong start, some weakness as we approach election day, and then a strong finish. So they sort of attribute that to the uncertainty around the election. So as you get nearer to, the market gets a little jittery, some volatility, but then once you get the vote behind, that tends to smooth out. And then of course always the question, which party winning the election makes a difference? And the answer seems to be, at least in the election year, neither. That the market's more concerned about the event itself rather than the outcome.
Okay. Anything that we should be cautious about, or any kind of indicators out there?
Sure.
That should cause caution?
Well, I'm going to punt a little bit because it's early yet. We don't know the candidates, we don't know their platforms, but as we move into 2016, as we start to get a better feel for how the campaign is going to go, I think analysts will start looking at the market and trying to interpret, what segments of the market will do better or worse depending on the outcome. This industry might be hurt by X, or these type of stocks might benefit from Y. So a lot of analysts attempt to read the tea leaves as the campaign goes along and try and parse what that means depending on the outcome of the election. So barely a year away, we've already seen the campaigns getting fired up. We've already seen them have some influence in the market, so I think that's only going to increase as we move along.
Okay. So we'll have to talk about it maybe into the first quarter again.
Absolutely.
And see what you think it's done so far.
Absolutely.
All right, well, as always, thanks for being on.
Thank you, Jamie.
All right.